Good evening, fellow Tikash merchants. It's my hope that we are all doing fine today. My name is Apmos, and I'll be a trainer today under the Tikash Soko platform. This is where we say that digital biashara is the future of biashara. And indeed, it is the future of biashara because when we transform our biasharas to digital biasharas, then we have efficiency in our businesses. And of course, efficiency brings more money in our biasharas. So the session today will be on how to sell faster when it is very busy. Of course, in business, sometimes it gets busy. It gets busy when we are dealing with so many customers. We have so many people we want to serve at a given time. And of course, therefore, we have to do the service as quickly as possible so that we ensure that our customers are satisfied. At the same time, we serve all of them within a certain stipulated time. So how can we therefore be able to sell faster when it is busy using the Tcash Soko app? So welcome, let us journey together and understand how we can be able to sell faster when it is busy. So this session comes after the session, the first 3 sessions of the week. That is fix your shop and prices, make your first sale, and of course, get paid, wallet balances, and the KYC. These sessions are the sessions that we did earlier, already posted on YouTube, and you can be able to watch them and, of course, unpack together with us the great advantages of the Tcash Soko app. Of course, during our first session, that is the fix your shop and prices, I did mention that the app has 2 sides. Yani, app yetu ya Tcash Soko iko na 2 sides. There is the personal side and the business side. For you to sell, we said that you can't do the sales when you're on the personal side. You need to switch to the business side. How do you know that you're on the personal side? Tulisema, you just look at hapo chini kabisa, the middle, there is the word scan. So when you're on the business side, the word scan is not scan, but rather it is the word sell. So I'll switch. Tukasema kuswitch in between your profile picture icon and the notification bell, there is the 2 words, personal and business. So to switch to the business side, I just tap the word business. And when I tap the word business, because I own a number of entities, then they all show up. I just need to fix or to sell faster with the Aura shoe. So then I'll just switch. So you could switch in and take just a minute. And of course, you're in the correct shop now, and you can be able to sell. Remember, tulisema initially, ukitaka kuuza, ukikuja kwa hii screen, there are a number of things zenye inakuonyesha. The first thing is the Tcash balance. Ukiangalia the Tcash balance here, in this case is 70 shillings. I have 13 Rotary tickets. Today's performance is 0. The number of transactions that we have are 0. The number of orders are 0, and the number of customers served are 0. This is because I'm doing this with this shop because I've not made sales with it. And I would want us to see how these numbers now get to change once we have sold, and sold actually faster. So tulisema initially on make your first sale that for you to sell, utakuja hapa chini kabisa. At the middle, there is that yellow icon that is indicated sell. Hapo ndio utaguza. Ukiguza the sell option, then the 3 options now appear. There is the first one, catalog, the second one, express, the third one, voice assistant. Sasa wewe ndio unaamua which one to choose. Under make your first sale, tulitumia the catalog. So kutumia the catalog, tukasema that you'd have to touch the catalog, then inakuletea the list of items that you have in stock in your shop. So under the business, tulisema kuna inventory yenye uko nayo. Kwa inventory yako, you have loaded all the items that you are offering, ama zile vitu unauza. So now, when you want to sell using the inventory, using the catalog, itakuletea hizo vitu ziko kwa inventory yako, and then now you just choose what you want to sell. For example, if you want to sell the third item here, which is the men's shoes, then I might just want to sell 1 pair. Then when you press the add, the one pair is added to the cart, na cart hapo chini inakuwa active. Unaona, the cart has one item and the item is costing 100. So you just touch the cart. Ukiguza cart, then you have this one item and costing 100. And because I don't want to add more, I'll go to straight to checkout, which is at the very last option there. Niguze checkout. So when I touch the checkout, then the options of payment now appear. There is the cash payment, there is the external wallet, and there is also the Soko QR code, which is actually the first one. Tukasema the Soko QR code is to be used by a person mwenye akona Tcash. So ataenda kwa personal side yake and then they'll use the option scan. Na atascan the QR code and by so doing, pesa itatoka kwa Tcash yake ikuje kwa Tcash yako. Now, in this case, since I don't have any other phone that has the Soko app, I'll just use the cash payment and then I'll just confirm. And of course, that is how you can be able to make a sale now using the catalog. There is something I want you to just note together with me. This process is good, but however, it is somehow lengthy. Like it takes some time before you complete a sale. We would want to sell faster, more especially when we are serving so many customers. And why do we want to sell faster when we are serving so many customers? Remember, customers will be like queuing. Kama venye tunapanga queue kwa supermarket. You see, sometimes ukienda kwa supermarket, you'd go to the queue that has, you know, the least number of people. And sometimes, mtu kama mimi huwa naangalia mpaka the number of items per customer. Zenye kila customer konazo kwa hiyo line. So that I make a decision on whether I'm going to follow this line or this other line. So when you have such a situation in your business, which is what now Tcash will help us bring to our businesses, this method is somehow lengthy because you want to reduce the time so that you're able to, of course, manage to make the sales as quickly as possible. So I'll just press done. And now go back to the sell option and use a different method of making sales. And this method is the express checkout. So the express checkout is a method of selling faster when it is very busy in your shop. Why do we use express? We use express when it is busy. Of course, there are advantages of using express and the disadvantage that we are going to of course, talk about in the course of the session. So nikiguza the second option, which is the express, then you will see what appears. It is just the various categories of items that my shop offers, and then the option of entering the amount. So naeza kuwa I'm just selling the same item, which is the men's shoes, and I know it costs 100. So I'll just put the 100 there. Nikieka 100 hapo, then of course, niguze category. In which category does that item fall? Iko kwa category gani? Of course, the men's shoe, ita fall kwa category ya men's. So unaona hizi categories ni mingi, ni categories za zile vitu konazo zote. So like there is the other, there is the custom, there is the sport, children and so on. But you can see there are some 3 dots hapo chini ya hizo categories, which show you that you can swipe to the next page. So niki swipe to the next page, of course napata hizi more categories. There is the boots, men's, shoe care, there is the ads on, comfort, work, men's, bags and so on. So in this case nataka men's. Hiyo kiatu najua ina fall under men's. So nitaguza the men's. Nikiguza the men's, then I'll press the next. Nikiguza next, then the only thing I have to choose is the method of payment. So is this person paying using Tcash? Is this person paying using external wallet? Or is this person paying using cash payment? So kama kona app, then I'll go to the Tcash Soko, because if the person has the app, the Tcash Soko app, the most convenient way of them paying is the Tcash Soko QR code, scanning the Tcash Soko QR code. And of course, that would just be done by just pressing the Tcash Soko and then get paid. Of course, the QR code shows up. Na hii QR code, akiscan, ataweza kunilipa. So that is the first way in which you can receive your payment. The second way, when I just press on next here, the second way of getting paid is the external wallet. External wallet, we have talked about it tukasema ni M-Pesa. So if this customer has money in their M-Pesa line and they want to pay using it, you can still allow that. Utaguza the external wallet, na ukiguza external wallet, then you press get paid. Of course, the external wallet QR code, it'll show up hapo. The customer can scan this QR code or rather pay using the pay bill that is down there, 817, account number, the number you registered the Tcash Soko app using. And of course, that is just another method of receiving your payment. The third and final method of receiving your payment here is the cash payment. So, and of course, ukiguza cash, then you press on get paid. It will just tell you to confirm. And then once you confirm, then of course, this payment or this purchase is completed immediately. So it is very fast. So long as you just ask the customer, which way do you want to pay using? So customer akikuja, atakuwa nakuja, anataka a certain item, na akona a way in which anataka kulipa. Do you have cash? Do you have the Tcash Soko, or you're paying using M-Pesa? Then they have the three options. You have the three options. So namuuliza, which option are you taking? It is a quicker way of making sales. Why? Because you don't have to go choosing the categories, going to the cart, going to the three methods of payment and so on. This one is shorter and quicker. So use Express Sale in two kind of cases. Of course, I did mention that that this way of making payment has its own advantages. The advantage is the express checkout is a quicker way of making sales. Like una make sales haraka sana when you use the express checkout. When you use the catalog, of course, it takes some time. Not a lot of time, but some time for you to make the sale. Remember, the catalog ni inatumika kwa super. That's why kwa super, wakati kuna customers wengi, unapata queue kubwa. If they were to use Express, ingekuwa easier. And this is where now wholesalers huwa wana beat supermarkets. Utapata kwa wholesale, ni ngumu sana upate that long queue yenye unapata kwa supermarket. Because kwa supermarket unatumia tu the catalog to make the sales. And for catalog, you must now pass every item via the machine. But ukienda kwa wholesaler, when you just want to just buy things on wholesale, unamwambia like, I just want this and this and this, and then they just do a pricing for you. If you have the money, unawapatia pesa, and then they just give you your items. So it is quicker. The Express is such a way that is quicker. The only thing you need to know is the price of the items zenye customer anataka. So under Express, you must know the price of the items zenye customer anataka. Then ukishajua hivyo, you ask the customer in which way do they want to pay you. Wanataka wakulipe using Tcash, using cash, ama using M-Pesa. So once you know which way they want to pay you, then it is easier for you to allow them now to either scan the Soko QR code or to receive the cash payment and complete the purchase as quickly as possible. The disadvantage of this method of payment ni moja tu. The fact that your inventory does not get to update. Ukiview receipt ya Express Sale, for example, when I just press on view the receipt, you'll see something. That this receipt just shows me the item that was sold is under men's. So there is no specific item yenye inakuwa mentioned that iliuzwa. So the disadvantage here itakuwa ni moja. The fact that I have to go back to the inventory and update it the way to update quantity and affix your shop and prices. So nikijua nimeuza hiyo kiatu, itabidi sasa nimetoka huku baadaye when I don't have customers. Once I said I'm done, I've served the next customer and the next customer, nitasema niko done. Then nikuje huku kwa business. Nikikuja huku kwa business, niende kwa inventory. Nikifika kwa inventory, then nichukue the men's shoes, which is now the first option hapo, and then I reduce one. So quantity, nitaeka 1, nitapress hiyo quantity, nieke 1, and then reduce. So that now my inventory ikue na the correct value of items. So one disadvantage ya kusell using the express checkout is the fact that your inventory does not get to update immediately. Remember, when you use the catalog way, the inventory auto updates. So for instance, hizi zilikuwa 89. Wakati niliuza moja using the catalog, ziliji update ikakuja 88. But when I sold now using the express checkout, lazima nikuje kwa inventory ni update quantity. So that is the disadvantage. So in which other circumstance can you use the external, or not the external, but rather the express sale? When you want to give something on discount. Sometimes kuna customer amekuja kwa shop yako anataka kubuy an item, and this customer is very loyal, or you just feel that you have to give this item on discount. When you're giving this item on discount, hautatumia catalog, utatumia the express. Now, ukitumia express, make sure now that you charge the price you would want to charge, because the express now gives you the freedom to charge whichever amount you want to charge. Remember, when you go to the catalog uses fixed prices. Inatumia fixed prices, but express uses the price that you enter there. So inatumia price yenye wewe umeweka hapo. So, but the catalog uses now fixed prices. So it is important that we get to understand the difference between the two. The catalog is for fixed price. The express is for the price that you want to sell the item for. So sometimes when you're selling something on discount, you use the express. Ukitumia express, make sure umerudi kwa inventory and you have updated the quantity of items that you have. If you don't do that, then some customers wanaweza kuja kwa shop yako to buy items na wapate actually you don't have. For example, I may want to sell something for 10 shillings. Ukiangalia in my shop, there is nothing that is costing 10 shillings. But kunaweza kumekuja mtu kwa shop yangu who is a very good customer of mine, and I've decided to give that shoe on discount. So I've decided to sell it for 10 shillings. So nitakuja kwa sell, nikuje kwa express, then this item may be falling under maybe sports, and then I just enter the amount. Wait a minute. A minute express, okay. Just a minute. I just want to redo that again. Nikuje kwa sell, then express checkout. Then I just enter the amount. Maybe it's under sports. I wanted it to be under sports. Then it's just 10 shillings. Then next. Then of course, naweza chukua a way of payment like the cash payment, and then get paid and confirm. So you see, it is that quick. That purchase is complete. It is very quick. You just put the amount, the category, it's done. And you can see that the cash fee balance just gets to update as we had discussed under make your first sale. So I'll just press that this is done because now we have understood that. But remember, once I've sold, kama nimeuza kiatu at 10 shillings, I'll have to come back to business. Then inventory, I reduce the quantity. For example, if I sold the men sneakers, this one for 10 shillings, then I have to come to the quantity, reduce one. I just put one and then reduce. Remember, you can add or reduce. So I'll just put the reduce so that now the quantity is 99 and then save. So that will ensure ya kwamba client watakuwa na view my shop online, watakuwa najua whether that shoe is in stock or not in stock. If I don't update my inventory after I've used the express sale or the express checkout, then inamaanisha aje, customers wanaweza ona shop yangu online, wakuje kununua viatu fulani ama product fulani zenye nauza, and then wakikuja wapate like those products do not exist. So it is therefore very important that you ensure that you update your inventory anytime that you have used the express checkout. Remember, when you use the first way, the catalog, your inventory auto update. But when you use the express, you have to come back and, of course, update your inventory. Then there is the third and final way of making sales. That is the voice assistant. The voice assistant is a coming soon feature. It's a coming soon feature. What do I mean by that? Ya kwamba hiyo feature haijakuwa, it's not fully functional right now. So it's a feature that is being worked on by the developers of the app. It is going to be active soon. So under voice assistant itakuwa inaenda hivi. So utakuwa una choose the voice assistant way, and then you just press the mic. Press the mic, of course itakuwa ina request for permission to use it. So you allow it. Once you allow it, you just say the item that you want to sell and the quantity. So for example, you can say men's shoe 1. Then of course press the tick. Press the tick, it will be processing now your data. Itakuwa ina process what it listened to. Ilisikia ukisema nini, inatoa hiyo kitu, inatumia catalog. So the advantage of using voice assistant itakuwa ni moja. The fact that now you can sell faster, but at the same time, the inventory auto-updates automatically. Remember tumesema, under this option express, the inventory does not auto-update. But when the voice assistant will be fully functional, itakuwa ina update the inventory automatically. So utakuwa unasema the item you want and the quantity. For example, 5 men sneakers. So once you say that, for example, in this case, 5 men sneakers, then when you press the tick, you'll see it is a sorry for now because this feature is not fully functional. But when it becomes fully functional, when you say 5 men sneakers, it goes to the inventory, looks for the 5 men sneakers, of course, gets them to the cart, and you just check out the cart using any of the 3 methods of getting paid. So that is the third and final option of making sales available to us under the Tcash Soko app. So what have we learned today? We have learned that it is easier to make sales faster when it is busy in our shops. So how do you make a sale when it is faster? You'd have to, of course, come to the sell option, which is at the middle of your business side of the app. When you come to the sell, you don't go to the catalog when you want to sell faster. You go to the express for now. When you use the express, we have mentioned that your inventory does not auto-update. So lazima nitarudi niende kwa inventory and update it by myself. So it will be my task again. Wakati sasa nitakuwa nimetulia, hiyo busy schedule imeisha. So when you're not serving as many customers, then you need to go back and update your inventory. It is important to ensure that items zenye unauza unaziweka to the correct categories. Ndio ukienda ku update inventory, it is easier for you to know that this was under men's, this was under ladies, and so on and so forth. Then you're able, of course, to make those sales faster and, of course, update your inventory in a more easy way. I've also mentioned that there is a coming soon feature, which is the voice assistant, that will be helping us sell faster while at the same time updating our inventory automatically. So the voice assistant will be a good feature. It's soon to come. It is on the way. It is coming. Na ikikuja, it will be one of the most efficient ways of making sales faster. Something else about the express is the fact that you can be able to give discounts. Remember, when you use the catalog, hakuna ku negotiate price, ni fixed price. The catalog, simply when I talk about the catalog, I just remember the supermarket. In a supermarket, you don't negotiate for prices. If they say that a packet of unga is costing 100 shillings, then it is 100 shillings and not 50 shillings. So there is no negotiation when you're using the catalog. But there are customers when unaweza kuwa unataka kupea discount. Then for that kind of customer, you just use the express checkout. When you use the express checkout, do not forget to go to the inventory and update it so that your customers will be able to get the correct information about what is in existence in your shop. So that is how you can be able to sell faster when it is busy. Of course, this brings our session to an end. It is my hope that you have learned. It is my hope that you're now ready to sell faster to your customers when it gets busy. And it is my hope that it is going to get busy today than any other day that you have had, so that you can practice using now the Tcash Soko app to sell faster using the express checkout when it is busy. In case you have any question on how to sell faster when it is busy, kindly feel free to get back to me via the comment section. I'll be responding to your questions as soon as I see them. I wish you a successful day. Let us serve our customers. Let us keep winning with the Tcash Soko app. Thank you. See you in our next session.